So today we're talking teleprompters. In my smartphone video training, clients often ask whether they should use a teleprompter, and if so, which one? I have to admit, it's not a piece of kit I've ever used until now. I've actually just bought this little Desview teleprompter. It's the cheapest one you can get on Amazon, and I actually really love it. I've never really had the need for a teleprompter, just the style of videos that I usually make for clients. They rely much more on a kind of natural delivery, authentic messaging and storytelling, which I find is best delivered when you're giving an on-camera interview. So the person can talk to me rather than talking down the lens. And I usually interview people for a while, interview the key players, and then I spend a lot of time editing to get that kind of natural, authentic storytelling out there and get that kind of more emotional, spontaneous feel. However, there are styles of videos that definitely benefit from using a teleprompter, and just recently we were creating some short educational videos and we thought a teleprompter is definitely going to help here because we needed a really tightly timed script and there were specific learning points that we had to hit, and it was to be delivered directly to the camera by a presenter. So ideal for a teleprompter. I was really pleased with the results, and to be honest, it's definitely something I'm going to be sticking with in future. In fact, I'm using it here. I'm going to show you how to set this up, either at the end of this video or perhaps a later video. But first, the pros and cons. I'd like to help you try and decide, is this something you should invest in for your business to make videos, or are you better off without it? So starting with the good stuff, the obvious advantage is that it does give you eye contact when delivering quite complicated messages. This setup, as you can see with the mirror and using the phone to scroll, lets you read the words but also be looking at the camera at the same time. The second advantage is obvious. You get this clear and fluent delivery even if your message is quite long or the ideas are quite complex or there's technical jargon in there. So definitely something that I would suggest if you're making longer videos, if the content is educational perhaps, or you really have to nail certain key messages that are quite complex and technical. A teleprompter definitely empowers the presenter to deliver these messages without skipping a beat and sounding professional. 3, it does save time. I think once you get used to it, a teleprompter can really help you stay on track. It can reduce the number of takes that you have to make and just kind of streamline the whole recording process. You know, if you script it in advance, import your script into the teleprompter and then get going. It really worked for us in the videos I was making, and I'm using it right now, and I'm definitely finding it an efficient way of working. But I'm just wondering, am I missing something in terms of the spontaneity and that connection? You know, like anything, there are downsides. And if anything, my 3 downsides kind of directly contradict what I've just said about the advantages. Because really the main problem is that in order for the teleprompter to give you that eye contact, that fluent delivery, and for it to save you time, you need a skilled presenter and a skilled operator. So like anything, if you're going to use this for your business, you're going to have to set aside some time to really get used to using the kit. You're going to have to learn how to get, set it up technically and get your presenter comfortable with using it. I'd say the key things that you need to learn are, first of all, the technical setup, how to actually use the teleprompter app, and set the margins so that people's eyes aren't wandering all over the screen, set the pacing just right. I think you'd really need to learn how to write a script that scans well and that is spoken English, not written English, so that your presenter isn't tripping over awkward phrases. And I think you then need to give the presenter time to practice, reading from the script, getting relaxed and sounding more spontaneous. So a teleprompter definitely isn't a magic wand that you can just wave to make perfect videos. If you use it badly, they can lead to really wooden presentation and a lack of spontaneity, which means that your audience, they might just miss that personal touch. But for certain video styles, they can certainly save you time and really deliver excellent results. It's all a question of balance, So if you're looking for polished professional content that you can, and you're able to master that natural delivery, is a great tool. But don't forget to balance that with that spontaneity, that authenticity and that natural delivery. Well, that's probably enough for this video. I'll follow up with a how-to showing you how to set that teleprompter up using your camera, but also you can use it to film videos on your phone, and give you some tips about getting more relaxed with presenting and the technical setup with the app. Until then, it'd be great if you could subscribe to our channel. We post regular videos all about the communications world, about how to communicate more powerfully for your business or for your organisation. I look particularly at video, so if you want more tips on video and kit, then please do subscribe. Thanks a lot.